Well, in the Northern Cape, we've just completed roughly more than 10% of the dwelling units and the households that we're supposed to interview. That gives us roughly almost 4,000 people that we have interviewed in the province. We have here and there some challenges regarding reaching all the households, because we are dealing with the biggest province in South Africa. More than 370,000 square kilometers, and finding 36,000 households, it does pose certain challenges to reach them. So we certainly will catch up as we move along. We generally know from survey undertaking, your first week or two, generally as field workers become more accustomed to the tools, particularly since it's the first survey where we apply technology in terms of our collecting devices. And also with the methodology. So generally the first week or so, it generally takes a bit slower than normally, but after that we pick up exponentially some speed. Our biggest challenge, since as I've mentioned, we are the biggest geographic province in the country, and some of our areas are quite remote, and to get there is quite difficult. In our resource request, we have actually asked for a total of 75 bakkies, and some of them are not your normal bakkies. Some of them are 4x4s, 4x2s, and this has been one of our biggest challenges, is to get that number of bakkies from service providers. Up to this week, in fact, the bakkies only started to arrive on the 14th, which was this week, which means some of the field workers actually couldn't go out to the farm areas because of resource constraints. We are now left with few vehicles outstanding, so our numbers will pick up, but that has been one of the biggest challenges. The other challenges during the first probably 3-4 days has been the connectivity of the devices to the network. Pixley Kaseme, which is the R district, has been worse affected. We only managed to connect 60% of the people on Saturday, on the 12th, and then on Tuesday, on the 15th, we managed to connect about 50 out of the 62 devices, and now we basically just have 2 devices that are not connected, but it's not impacting on the progress. So that has been 2 of our biggest challenges thus far in terms of enumeration.
Now that we're there and the collection is happening, although it's not happening to the best of, as we would want to see it, because it's still going very slow. But I believe now that the gadgets, the connectivity is happening. I want to believe that at least the response rates are going to start improving, and I'm positive that we will finish. And this time around we have a lot of youngsters who attended this training in 2016. In the past, we used to rely on older people, who can convince the public out there. Now these days, the youngsters seems to be doing it to us. So I must say I'm really impressed, and I'm also looking forward to see the data being produced. When the SG says, guys, here's the data, and in a record time. In the past, we used to wait for like a year or 2 before the data gets produced. But this time around, we'll get it. We can even get it within 6 months.
Yes, look, there's 36 days left for enumeration to conclude on the 22nd of April, and if you work against the individual averages per day that they have to complete, we're talking roughly about 4 to 5 dwelling units per day that each field worker has to complete. If we're standing currently at just more than 10.5% of the enumeration, and if you take in consideration that people are becoming more accustomed to the devices, the methodology, and they're moving much faster, then we are certainly going to make it by the 22nd of April. This is quite a significant project in the technology that we have applied. It's quite significant in the year that the elections is taking place, because now politicians can use particular information to showcase what government has been doing in terms of particular service delivery. So it adds to the evidence. It adds to what even people like myself and yourself, the general public, can use to evaluate how well municipalities and councils have been performing and make our decisions accordingly. So it provides for us quite good evidence and quality evidence to make those kind of decisions. So it come at a very opportune time. It come at the right time for this particular year. And other than that is that we are certainly enjoying this particular project. We get to see, of course, different people from different backgrounds, and I think that's always the advantage of field operations and survey undertaking. You get to see places probably you haven't seen. You get to meet people, the people that works for the contract staff that works for Stats SA, the communities out there you meet, and of course, you as a government an official get to hear all the other issues that's related or non-related to Stats SA. So it's always an experience once you go out in the field and meet different people, experience different things, and I think that's you're getting a sense of the South Africa I know and the home I understand, really what people are experiencing out there and how they get to know their particular area.